Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do something completely different. I am going to build a pantry. The reason I'm going to be building a pantry is because I started a food forest about a year and a half ago. I've got fruit trees, I've got apples, plums, pears, peaches, pomegranate, you name it, I've got it out there. Also, I've got my citrus, of course. I've got my oranges, limes, and lemons. Oh, and tangerines. And come the spring, I'm going to be doing raised bed and container gardening. And since I'm going to be doing all of this, it dawned on me I have nowhere to store it. Now, my grandmother, for decades, always used that back den. And for those of you that have been with me for a while, you know that the back den had to be completely redone. Because the floor joist broke and I had to put in new flooring, but that's not what I want for that room. There's a couple of reasons. One reason is that there is no ceiling in there because there is a roof leak that we're working on. So the insulation's been tossed out, so has the drywall. And plus I've got to clean and make sure that the window unit, which gives you heat and air conditioning, is functioning properly. And well, I have other plans for that room, and I really don't want to put my canning goods in there like my grandmother did. So what I've decided to do is to build a pantry. That way I know that it's temperature controlled and it's a little bit easier for me to put up when I'm through canning and to get down when I want to use it. Now, I couldn't figure out which wall I wanted to build this pantry on. But then I got to thinking about how my grandmother for decades had this this very old china cabinet, and she just kept her china in it. So I also have a china cabinet, but it was like $100 one that I bought off Facebook Marketplace. And I don't like it. It's not tall enough, it's not wide enough, and it's got these windows on the side, and you can't open them up to get what you need. It's just not going to work out. What I want is something that is floor to ceiling and wall to wall, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I just didn't know how to do it until I went to go look at how my grandfather built this little pantry area. When they enclosed the back porch, my grandfather built these little cabinets here for my grandmother to put groceries in. And so when I looked at it, I noticed that he just built it out of one-by material. And I'll show you that here in a minute. I'm going to try to use only material that I have on hand. And if I don't, then of course I've got to buy it. I know I've got to buy hinges, and I've got to buy screws, and I've got to buy toggle bolts. But if I don't have it, if I do have it, I'm definitely going to be using it. I'm trying to use up all of my materials laying around the house because it's just getting relocated with each new project I'm doing in the house, and it's just in the way. And if I got it, it's already paid for. So let's go over here and take a look at how my grandfather built the servery or the pantry area for my grandmother. So let's go. All right, here's the kitchen, and this used to be the porch. You can see where the back door used to be, and they just enclosed it and put in a little bathroom. And this right down here is the den where I had to replace the flooring, and this is a little pantry slash servery that my grandfather built. And there used to be doors down here on these cabinets, but with it being by the back door and over the years people bringing furniture in, it just got beaten up and the doors were falling off. So I just put on some really cheap curtains, and I know it looks like a casket skirt, but it serves its purpose for now. So let's take a look at the top up here. All right, these are the upper cabinets that he built, and I think what he did was he just probably put something like an underlayment and he framed around it, or he laid this on the inside, and the way he holds it in or held it in was with this little bit of trim. He did butt joints on the back, and in the front they were mitered to make it look better. And you can see that it's not the best quality of wood, but since the 70s, oh well. Now down here is where I figured out how he did it. Here we go. All right, he's got one by material right here. And this is making the carcass of the cabinet. And sorry about the lighting, but it's all I got over here. It's just really simple. It's just really, really simple, and that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. And the wood that he did the top with, this used to be a little hidden compartment. It is very, very thin. And I think it's going to be just fine. It's not complicated for a build, and I think that's exactly how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to go all the way to the ceiling, because I have a habit, if it's got a space and I don't feel like taking something out to the trash or putting something where it goes, I just put it up here until I feel like it. And I've got to stop that. Okay, right now I'm going to unload this china cabinet that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. It really wasn't what I wanted. I don't like it because you can't open the side. You can't open this right here. I don't like that. And it's not tall enough. So I'm going to get this unloaded and move it out of the way. It's very, very light. I think it's probably made with glue on. So let me get this done. I'm going to try and get this china cabinet out of here by myself, so we'll see. It's on pads. Done. All right, let's get onto those baseboards. These weren't exactly installed properly. My dad was trying to help, but we'll just leave it there. So I have the original baseboards to the house. They've already been planed down. All I gotta do is prime them and then paint them and reinstall them. And I have enough baseboard left over to do the baseboards. Well, I don't need to. I can use these baseboards in the house to do the baseboards in the den. Now I'm going to mark my walls so I can just work through here. One day I will get a laser level, but that's not going to happen until I get good at what I'm doing. I will be using 1x3s to frame this all in. The top and the bottom supports are going to be 1x3s. The braces in between are going to be 1x3s. And I'm going to face or trim the carcass out with 1x4s, I think, or 1x5s. I can't remember what I picked up. I will be using 3.5-inch screws to install this. I want it to be sturdy. And if I'm doing something wrong, please feel free to leave me a comment down or a suggestion down in the comments section. I just want to see what that's going to look like. Let me get these holes pre-drilled and then we'll install. All right, let's get it level. That looks good to me. What about you guys? All right, that looks good. Real good. Something's wrong here. Something way wrong. No. Why is it not there? All right, putting up my bracing and making sure that it's plumb. That's good. Forgot to level this bottom board down here, and when I had to take the screws out, that's when I realized that I didn't level the bottom down here. I realized I didn't level this, so I had to level it, and you can see how uneven the floor is. So this house is old. You're gonna run into problems like these, but these are not going anywhere, and so that is that. Let me get the rest of these put in. And I don't have enough wood to do the whole bottom, so I'll pick some up tomorrow on the way home from work, and we'll try to finish this up. I'm not on a deadline, so I don't need to rush myself. Okay, this is the end of part one of this pantry build. I'm nervous, but I'm almost certain that I can do this. I'm very grateful that you guys are here, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them down below in the comment section. And before you leave, please hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. And I'll have part two coming out in a couple of days, depending on how far along I get. So I'm really excited, so I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you in the next one.